All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. I hope you guys had a good weekend and we are back to business. All right, so we're going to keep it very simple, very easy this morning. We've got the commodities. We also have the indices, right? We've got gold, silver. We're also gonna look at S&P 500, right? So the commodities have staged a strong recovery after a massive sell-off that erased January gains as a result of geopolitical de-escalation and Fed uncertainty. All right. In the previous weeks, there was a lot of uncertainty on who's gonna be the next Fed president. And then there's a new, a person that's going to assume the position in May. So the current Fed president, Jerome Powell's term, is coming to an end in May. And the new Fed, who's going to assume position in May, Kevin Wash, is expected to be hawkish. All right. I mean, the last FOMC meeting, there was a dovish tone because the FOMC paused interest rates, right? But now the upcoming Fed chair, he's a bit hawkish, all right? So it's interesting on how the markets are gonna react to that. Now you look at gold. That has made a strong recovery from 4,650 during the early trading hours of Friday, and has rallied over 5% towards the upside, and is currently approaching $5,091, right? According to this technical structure or technical price action, we're anticipating gold to go back to this high, right? We're anticipating gold to reach this high of $5,091. But overall, looking at this ascending channel, there's a possibility that gold can still continue pushing higher. All right, I've got that 5,278 price mark there. So even though we're anticipating gold to go back to the high, but it could continue pushing back to that high because of this ascending channel, right? So this week, we're anticipating a stronger gold and silver as well, right? So if you take a look at silver, silver has reacted positively from the lows of $71 per ounce, right? Climbing over 10% towards the upside, and is currently trading around $82, $81 per ounce. Now, obviously, there's a lot of fundamentals this week which we're going to look at, right? But the commodities from a pure technical standpoint, all right, we are bullish on this, and we see silver pushing back to that high of $91, $92 per barrel. So while gold is expected to push up, silver is also expected to push up according to this structure, all right? You will notice that it has also broken the resistance trend line. There could be a pullback, right? There could be a retracement before price resumes towards the upside. So that is how silver and gold is looking this morning. You also have S&P 500, all right? That is slowly stabilizing after some choppy price action. However, the market is currently in a range bound on the higher time frame. So if you go to the weekly time frame, we are seeing that S&P 500 is still range bound, right? It is trading within this resistance and within this support here, all right? Obviously, the resistance being on 7,000 and the support being on 6,785, all right? So this week's upcoming data, all right, there is not FOMC, but there's NFP this week. There's also CPI this week. We also have retail sales, as well as weekly unemployment claims. So it's going to be a very busy week for the dollar this week. So this week's economic data releases are expected to fuel the volatility, to further drive the volatility this week. All right, we're looking at NFP this coming Wednesday, and then CPI on Friday. Due to the last week's government shutdown, partial government shutdown, the NFP data was delayed and pushed forward. All right, so CPI was supposed to be released this coming Wednesday, but due to the government shutdown and the NFP being delayed, NFP is on Wednesday. CPI has been pushed to Friday. So be aware of that. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna keep an eye on how these data releases are gonna impact the commodities, are gonna impact also the indices, right? But from a pure technical standpoint, gold, we are bullish. Silver, we are bullish. S&P 500 is a bit choppy. It's a bit range bound, but there's a possibility that it could easily push back to this top. All right. It gave us an aggressive spike down here, right? And this is within an overall bullish structure. So we're anticipating a correction and then a continuation back to the all-time high and possibly taking them out. All right. So this is how we're looking this morning, guys. A quick, simple breakdown of the markets, commodities and silver. Let's see what this week has in store for us. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye on these setups and we'll catch you guys back again tomorrow. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Good luck and cheers.